A significant piece of gun legislation went through the Senate Thursday night. 22 News State House reporter Ellen Fleming breaks down that bill and what two Western Massachusetts lawmakers had to say about it.
This past fall, the House passed a controversial gun bill, and on Thursday, the Senate passed their own version with only 3 dissenting votes. The bill's objective is wide-ranging and takes on a slew of gun-related issues, like ghost guns where one can carry a firearm, and extreme risk protection orders. Now, the Senate took on ghost guns by requiring gun frames and receivers be serialized, and also by classifying those parts as firearms themselves. Senator Vilas offered an amendment that was adopted that would detain repeat offenders of crimes related to gun violence until their trial if they violated conditions of their release. On the Senate floor, he brought up the shooting this past October in Holyoke, in which an innocent pregnant woman on a bus was shot, leaving her unborn child dead.
If we're asked to make a choice between repeat violent gun offenders and the community at large, I would say, in the strongest of terms, we need to side with protecting society and the community at large.
Senator Ryan Fatman voted against the bill, but senators did adopt one of his amendments that would create a crime for firing a gun at a police officer, punishable to up to 5 years in prison. He said in a statement that reads, in part, the bill went too far infringing upon lawful gun owners' rights while not going far enough to attack illegal firearm trafficking and unlawful possession. To help prevent suicide, the Senate also adopted an amendment that would create a voluntary do not sell firearm database for individuals who worry that they are a threat to themselves or to others. Having now passed the Senate, the House and Senate will now have to work together to reconcile the differences. Working for you at the State House in Boston, Ellen Fleming, 22 News.